Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sabhaitam Sabhadutam Parjana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutai Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpata Rupyascha Kapa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langaite Girim Yat Kripatam Ham Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. Hare Krishna devotees, thank you for joining. So we'll continue. Last week we discussed Chatushloki Bhagavad Gita, the 4 essential verses in Bhagavad Gita, which contain the meaning of entire Bhagavad Gita. It's very important verses. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samannita. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Lord is declaring, I am the source of everything, all the worlds. Everything comes from me. And the wise means those who know what is temporary, what is eternal. So those who know this are, definitely what do? They worship. Engage in my devotion service and worship me with all their hearts. Mat chitta mad gata prana
Udayanta parasparam
Katayantascha mam
nityam tushyanti charamanti cha.
Thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to me, to my service. And they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So the devotees, what do? Once they understand Krishna as the Supreme Lord, their thoughts always dwell on Krishna. And their lives are fully devoted to his service. They derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing with me. They always talk about Krishna. Tesham satata yuktana bhajatam purvakam
Dadami buddhi yogantam ena mamapayante.
To those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So Krishna gives the understanding. So this is the part of the devotee. He engages in all his thoughts in serving Krishna and engages in serving Krishna. When the devotee does that, then what does Krishna do? Krishna gives the understanding by which they can come to me. Means they'll give up the material world and go back to Krishna, spiritual world. Teshamevanukampartham
Kampatam aham agnanacham tamaha nashayami atma bhavastu nanadipena bhashvata.
To show them special mercy, I, dwelling in their heart, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. So when Krishna understands that, this devotee is sincerely making efforts to come to me, then Krishna cleanses the heart. This is the process of purification that happens within the heart of the seeker, and when that happens, then Krishna will destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. All the ignorance in the heart of the devotee or the practitioner will go away. So because Krishna is dwelling in the heart. Yeah. So that's why Krishna is Paramatma. He is always in the heart of everybody. And when we take interest in serving him, he actually adopts this method. He will cleanse our heart, right? Because it's our interest. After hearing these verses, Arjuna says, Arjuna Vacha
Arjuna Vacha
Param Brahma Param Dhama
Param Brahma Param Dhama
Pavitram Paramam Bhavan
Pavitram
Pavitram Paramam Bhavan
Purusham Swatam Divyam
Purusham Saswatam Divyam
Adidevam Acham Vibhum
Adi Devam Atam Vibhum
Ahustvam Rasaya Sarve
Ahustam Rasya Sarve
Naradastata
Deva
Devashi Naradashtata
Sito Devalo Vyasa
Asito
Asito Devalo Vyasa
Swayam Chaiva Bravishime.
Swayam
Swayam Chaiva Bravishime.
Yeah, please read.
Arjuna said, "You are the supreme personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages, such as Narada, Asita, Devala, and Vyasa, confirm this truth about you. And now you yourself are declaring it to me."
So first Arjuna acknowledged the position of Krishna being the greatest. Is the original person, the unborn, the greatest. Means there is nothing greater or above him, above Krishna. Krishna is the highest. Is the purest absolute truth. And the same truth was informed by others, all great sages. It's not only because I'm your relative, I'm speaking about you like this. Some people say like that, because they are relatives, they are speaking about each other like that. So all the great sages like Narada, Asita, Devala, Vyasa, they all acknowledge the same fact about you. Like they all acknowledge that you are the purest, greatest, the absolute truth. And now you yourself are declaring it to me, O Lord. So Arjuna is conveying that message. Yeah. All the scriptures talk about this. That's what Prabhupada says in this. So please read this.
In the Vedas, the Supreme Lord is accepted as the purest of the pure. One who understands that Krishna is the purest of the pure can become purified from all sinful activities. One cannot be disinfected from sinful activities unless he surrenders unto the Supreme Lord. Arjuna's acceptance of Krishna as the supreme pure complies with the injunctions of Vedic literature. This is also confirmed by great personalities, of whom Narada is the chief.
Narada Muni says the same thing about Krishna.
Yeah.
So Krishna is the purest of pure. Right? One who understands that Krishna is the purest of pure can become purified from all sinful activities. So we chant the holy name, and when we chant, Krishna is non-different from Krishna's holy name, and therefore we get purified. because Krishna is the highest, greatest purifier. Okay? One cannot be disinfected from the sinful activities unless he surrenders to the Supreme Lord. So, unless one surrenders to the Supreme Lord, he will be infected. Yeah. Continue here, Mataji.
Here, Arjuna expresses himself through the grace of Krishna. If we want to understand Bhagavad Gita, we should accept the statements in these two verses. This is called the Parampara system, acceptance of the disciplic succession. Unless one is in disciplic succession, he cannot understand Bhagavad Gita. It is not possible by so-called academic education. Unfortunately, those proud of their academic education, despite so much evidence in Vedic literatures, stick to their obstinate conviction that Krishna is an ordinary person.
Yeah. So unfortunately, some people, those who are scholarly people, sometimes, in spite of lot of evidence pointing to Krishna being the Supreme Lord in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and many other Upanishads and scriptures, they still think that Krishna is an ordinary person. That is a uh, very unhealthy attitude. Because once you bring down Krishna to an ordinary human level, you cannot receive his mercy because your understanding is wrong, right? That's why in the previous chapters it's mentioned, Krishna says, Avajananti Mamuda Manushim Tanamasraya. So because many people do not know my nature, they consider me like an ordinary human being. Parambhavam Ajananto. But because they do not know my higher nature. They do not know my higher nature. Yeah. So Krishna is dwelling in everybody's heart as Paramatma. To Paramatma itself, he can understand everybody. So what to speak? How can we consider him to be like us? So one should understand Bhagavad Gita in Parampara system. Then his understanding is perfect. If you hear from anybody, everybody has their own opinion about God, who is God, what is God, how to achieve God. So it is waste of time for us or anybody. So one should learn the scripture only in Parampara. So this knowledge is given by Krishna to Arjuna. Again, from there, the knowledge continues to the next generations like that. So it's in a Parampara. When knowledge is received in the Parampara, it retains its value. It's as good as hearing directly from Krishna because the Parampara acts as a transparent via media. They don't add, they don't remove, they just simply present as it is from one generation to the other. So the pristine purity of the message is preserved and the effect of listening will also be achieved by that. Sarvameta dhritam manye
Sarvametadritam manye
Janmam vadasi Keshava
Yanmam vadasi Kesava
Ite Bhagavan Yaktim
Nahite Bhagavan Vyaktim
Vidurdeva Nadanava.
Vidurdevana Danava.
Vidur O Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality.
Arjuna says, I fully accept what you said. All that you have told me, I have no doubts about your position. But neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality. Your true nature cannot be understood by anybody in this world. In this world or even the higher worlds. Like Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu, even those people do not understand. Sometimes even Brahmaji gets confused. We have so many pastimes like Govardhan Leela. So in the Govardhan Leela, what happens? Right? In the Govardhan Leela, Krishna tells the Vrajavasis to not perform Indra Puja. And Indra, when Indra hears this, he becomes angry and upset. How he thinks that, how come a small coward boy stopped my yajna? He doesn't know Krishna's position. And he tries to create, devastating rains in Vrindavan city and try to destroy everything. And meanwhile, Krishna would lift Govardhan hill and bring everybody under the hill and protect everybody. So in this way, even demigods do not understand the position of Krishna sometimes. And later on, he realizes the mistake and he falls at the feet of the Lord. But that's what happens. Nobody really knows about the position of Krishna because they all come from Krishna. Swayam evatmanatmanam.
Swayam evatmanatmanam
Tvam purushottama.
Veta tvam purushottama
Bhuta bhavana bhutesha.
Bhuta bhavana bhutesha
Deva deva jagatpate.
Deva deva jagatpate.
Deva deva jagatpate means, oh Lord of the demigods. Deva deva means deva for the deva. Jagatpate means Lord of the universe. Please read.
Indeed, you alone know yourself by your own internal potency, O Supreme Person, origin of all, Lord of all beings, God of gods, Lord of the universe.
So only you know your personality, your greatness, O Lord. Nobody else knows. That's what Arjuna is saying. Nobody can know about you. O Supreme Person, origin of all, Lord of all beings, God of gods, Lord of the universe. There are many epithets that Arjuna uses to describe Lord. Origin of all means is the source of everything. Lord of all beings, there is no greater being than Him. God of gods means He is the God even to gods, and Lord of the universe. Vaktum arhasi asheshena.
Vaktum arhasi asheshena
Divyahi atma vibhutaya.
Divya hi atma vibhutaya
Yabhir vibhutibhir lokan.
Yabhir vibhuti bhirlokan
Mam stvam yapya tishtase.
Imam tvam vyapya tishtasi.
Is it? Please tell me in detail of your divine opulences by which you pervade all these worlds. Okay, Lord, I understand you are the Supreme Lord. You are in this position. But everything is in your control. How exactly do you do that? Tell me in detail all the divine opulences by which you pervade all these worlds. So Lord pervades all over the world through His divine opulences. Arjuna asking how He does that. Katham vidyam aham yogins.
Katham
Katham vidyamaham yogim
Tvam sada parichintayan.
Tvam sada parichintayan
Esite bhaveshu.
Bhaveshu
Chintyosi Bhagavan Maya.
Nityoshi Bhagavan.
Please read.
O Krishna, O Supreme Mystic, How shall I constantly think of you, and how shall I know you? In what various forms are you to be remembered, O Supreme Personality of Godhead?
O Supreme Mystic, how shall I constantly think of you? How can I always remember you? No? So we understand Krishna is the Supreme Lord. But when we see things of this world, we don't remember Krishna. Correct? We see so many things in this world. Do we immediately remember Krishna in that? We don't, right? So Arjuna is asking, how can I remember you? I know now that you are the Supreme Lord. And the goal of my life is to always remember you, never forget you. But how exactly that I can do that? Give me some ideas on how I can remember you always. Vistarenatmano yogam
Vistarinatmano yogam
vibhutim cha janardana
Vibhutim
vibhutim cha janardana
bhuya tapaya triptehi
bhuya
bhuya kathaya triptihi
sringato nasti me mritam.
Srimad Bhatto Nashti Me Pritam.
Please read.
O Janardana, again please describe in detail the mystic power of your opulences. I am never satiated in hearing about you, for the more I hear, the more I want to taste the nectar of your words.
So Arjuna is very, very, enthusiastic to hear about the opulences of the Lord. I am never satisfied in hearing about you. But the more I hear and more I want, the more I want to taste the nectar of your words. So this is the nature of devotee. Even though Krishna is speaking to Arjuna, it is also like Krishna is speaking to us. Right? And Arjuna wants, the nectar to flow continuously because he says, I'm never satisfied. I want to continuously hear. Sri Bhagavan Vacha
Sri Bhagavan Vacha
Antate Katayisyami
Ante Katha Yami
Divyahi Atma Vibhutaya
Divya
Divya Hi Atma Vibhutaya
Pradhanyata Kurukshrestra
Pradhanyata Kurukshreshta
Ashtiyanto Vistarasya.
Nashtiyanto Vistarasya Me.
Now Krishna is already again speaking again here. Please read.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Yes, I will tell you of my splendorous manifestations, but only of those which are prominent. O Arjuna, for my opulence is limitless.
Okay, so Krishna is saying, I'll tell you in brief about my splendorous manifestations, but only of those which are prominent. There is too much for you to see, but I'll present you in a very, very simple format. O Arjuna, for my opulence is limitless. Krishna says my opulences are limitless, but I'll show you some form of it so that you will be satisfied. Aham Atma Gudakesha
Ahamatma Gudakya
Kesha
Sarvabhutasya Stita
Sarvabhutastaya
Aham Adischi Madhyanta
Aham Adishya Madhyam Cha
Bhutanam Anta Eva Cha.
Bhutanamanta Eva Cha.
Please read.
I am the super soul, O Arjuna, seated in the hearts of all living entities.
I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings.
So Krishna says, I am seated in the heart of every living entity, in the beginning, the middle, and the end of the beings. Krishna is always there with us, just like a good friend. Adityanam aham Vishnu,
Adityanam Vishnu,
Jyotisham Ravira Amsumam,
Jyotisha
Anshuman,
Marichirparutam Asmi,
Maritir Marutam
Tamasmi,
Nakshatranam aham Shashi. Now, Krishna will describe various things of this world, various people of this world, just to give us the understanding of how we can remember when we see these things in the world. Yeah. Please read.
Of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Of lights, I am the radiant sun. Of the Marutis, I am Marichi. And among the stars, I am the moon.
Of the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Of the 12 Adityas, Krishna is the principal Aditya. Of lights, I am the radiant sun. Krishna is the sun. Okay? When you see sun, you should remember Krishna. Of the Maruts, I am Marichi. Marichi is the greatest Marut. And I'm among the stars, I am moon. When it says stars, it is basically, it's an English word. It's not about the, don't go by the English terminology. So of all the effulgent items in the sky, right? Of all the effulgent, sparks or stars in the sky, moon is also one of them, which is also, glowing light. But if you notice, the light of moon is more than everybody else, anything else. It's far more effulgent than anything else in the night sky, right? So Krishna is identifying with the most special thing in the sky, which is moon compared to other stars.
Prabhuji, what is Maruts? What do we mean by that?
Oh, Maruts are, they're a, like, just like Manus, there are Maruts. Maruts are, I don't know more about them. I have read it, but I don't recollect right now. So basically, they are a set of people living in a specific area of the Maruts. They have, they are like higher gods who have certain higher responsibilities. I'll send more details. Okay. Vedanam sama vedosmi.
Vedanam sama vedosmi.
Devanam asmi vasana.
Devanam
Indriyam manastasmi.
Indriyanam Manashchashmi,
Bhutanam asmi chetana.
Bhutanam Ashmi Chaitana.
Chetana.
Yeah, please read.
Of the Vedas, I am the Sama Veda. Of the demigods, I am Indra, the king of heaven. Of the senses, I am the mind. And in living beings, I am the living force, consciousness.
Of the Vedas, I am Samaveda. Of the demigods, I am Indra. Indra is the most powerful. So everywhere Krishna is talking about himself as the most prominent there. Right? Among all the devatas, Indra is the most prominent. And of all the senses, mind is the most powerful, right? Mind is a, it takes the input from all the other senses, like nose, ears, and processes it. Right? So naturally, mind is far more powerful than other senses. In the living beings, I am the living force, consciousness. Krishna is the consciousness. In this way, Krishna is the highest of everything. Rudranam Sankaraschasmi.
Rudranam Sankarashchashmi,
Vittesyo Yaksharakshamsam.
Viteshu Yaksharakshasam,
Vasunam pavakaschasmi.
Vastunam Bhavakashasmi
Meru shikharinam aham.
Merushikarinam Aham.
Please read.
Of all the Rudras, I am Lord Shiva. Of the Yakshas and Rakshasas, I am the Lord of Wealth, Kuvera. Of the Vasus, I am the fire. And of mountains, I am Meru.
Of the Rudras, of the 11 Rudras, there are 11 Rudras in various locations within the universe. There are 11 Rudras. Rudras are all very similar to Lord Shiva. They're like brothers. Of the Yakshas and Rakshasas, I am the Lord of Wealth, Kuvera. Kuvera is the Lord of Yakshas. Of the Varus, I am fire. There are Vasus, of the Vasus, I am fire. And of mountains, I am Meru, the greatest mountain in the existence. Right? Meru is far more higher than even the Everest in there. Purodhasam cha mukye mam
Purodhasam cha mukhyam mam
Vidiparata Brahaspatim
Vidipartha Praspatim
Senaninam aham skandha
Senaninam Aham Skanda
Osam asmi sagara.
Sarasvamasmi Sagara.
Please.
O priests, O Arjuna, know me to be the chief Brahaspati. Of generals, I am Kartikeya, and of bodies of water, I am the ocean.
So Brahaspati is the priest of the demigods. Among all the priests, he is the chief. So that's why Krishna is saying, I am that. Of generals, I am Kartikeya. Kartikeya is a great warrior. Now for bodies of water, I am the ocean. Ocean is limitless. So Krishna is identifying himself with ocean water. Maharshinam Bhriguraham.
Mahashnam Riguraham
Yeah. Giram Asmi Ekama Aksharam.
Giramashmi Ekamaksharam
Jnanam Japayajnosmi.
Yagnanam Japa Yagnakshmi
Stavaranam Himalaya.
Savanam Himalaya.
The sages and Bhrigu of vibrations and the transcendental Om, of sacrifices and the chanting of the holy name. You see, that's why we are chanting. Because we have to perform Sankirtan Yajna in this case. Right? Of the sacrifices, I am the holy name. And of the immovable things, I am Himalayas. Right? Because when you chant, you offer your consciousness to Lord. Right? In other things, you offer your breath in the yoga practice, or you offer your body if you serve to Lord, or sometimes people offer their mind and intellectual abilities in the service of God. But chanting is offering your consciousness because you are constantly trying to remember holy name and Krishna. So that is the highest of all sacrifices. And more than Ashwamedha, this and that. Sankirtan Yajna is the highest value addition to our life. You'll get a lot of spiritual credits if you go on Sankirtan as much as possible. Today I went. So at least once a month I'm thinking of going because it adds a lot of spiritual credit to you. Yeah. That's it. Krishna says of the sacrifices, I am japa, chanting of the holy name. Yajnanam japa yajnosmi. Actually, today is a festival in temple. I also want to leave little early so that I can attend the festival there. So if you can also attend, please attend. Maybe you're not in Seattle. If you are not, then you can go visit some whatever place where you are. If you have a temple nearby. So we'll end the class today a little early. With this, we'll start from 26 in the next verse. Okay. If you have any question?
Prabhuji, tomorrow also the festival will be there or only today? Because we are planning to attend tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I think we'll be there, but today is the main day.
Okay.
It's okay. Tomorrow will be fine. You can attend tomorrow.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Prabhuji,
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
tomorrow there is some Grahan, Chandra Grahan, I heard. Like,
Oh, Chandragrahan is there. I also don't know. I can check that. Or if you find something, you can share with me also. So,
okay.
yeah. Okay.
They're closing the temple, I think, early. Maybe I will check.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sure. We'll end the class here. Thank you all so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.